Let's talk about graphing piecewise functions. When to use open versus closed points. Less than and greater than indicate the point is not included, so use an open circle. Less than or equal and greater than or equal indicate the point is included, so use a closed circle. Let's try some examples. Graph the piecewise function f of x is equal to x plus 3 if x is less than negative 2, and 2x if x is greater than or equal to negative 2. Let's start with that first piece, x plus 3. We're going to make a table with points to help us. So we have an f of x table. Remember, f of x is the same as y in this case. So this exists when x is less than negative 2, so I'm going to choose a value less than negative 2 to plug in. I'm going to plug in negative 4, but you can use anything less than negative 2. Negative 4 plus 3 is negative 1, so I have the point 4, negative 1, and I'll go ahead and plot that. This piece extends to x is negative 2, right? It extends all the way there, but doesn't include that point. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in negative 2. Negative 2 plus 3 is 1, and we'll plot that with an open circle because we have that less than symbol, which indicates that point is not included. And then we'll connect these points with a line. Let's look at the next piece, 2x. So 2x exists when x is greater than or equal to negative 2. So the first point I'm going to plug in is negative 2. Negative 2 times 2 gives me negative 4, so I'm going to go ahead and plot that point. This time I'm using a closed circle because it says x is greater than or equal to negative 2. So this point is included. Then we'll plug in one more point. We can choose anything greater than negative 2. I'm going to use 0. 0 times 2 is 0, so we'll go ahead and plot that point, and then we'll connect them. And this is my piecewise graph. Let's try another example. Graph the piecewise function f if x is less than negative 3, 2 if negative 3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 2, and negative x minus 1 if x is greater than 2. Okay, so I'll start with my first piece. My first piece is x. So we'll go ahead and make an f of x table. We'll plug in a value that is less than negative 3. I'm going to choose negative 4, but you can use any value that is less than negative 3. When I plug in negative 4, I get negative 4, so we'll go ahead and plot that point. Now we're going to plug in negative 3. So negative 3 is going to give me an output of negative 3. So I'm going to plot the point negative 3, but I'm going to use an open circle because this is x is less than negative 3, so that point is not included. Let's go ahead and connect our points. Now we'll go to the next piece. Next piece is 2. So when I plug in negative 3, well, that's going to just give me 2. And if I have an x of 2, that's also just going to give me 2. So what I wind up with is a straight horizontal line between negative 3 and 2. And I'm using closed circles for both of these because it says negative 3 is less than or equal to x, which is less than or equal to 2. That or equal part means that that point is included. Let's look at the last piece, negative x minus 1. So our first x that we're going to plug in is 2. Minus 2 minus 1 gives us negative 3. So we'll go ahead and plot that point. Notice we're using an open circle because it says x is greater than 2. So that means that point is not included. And we indicate that with the open circle. Now we're going to plug in a value greater than 2. I'm just going to use 3, but you can use any value greater than 2. Minus 3 minus 1 gives me negative 4, so we'll go ahead and plot that, and then we'll connect them with a line. And that's pretty much all there is to graphing piecewise functions.